We live?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
What?
5,000 Q&A. You wanted it. They wanted it. No one wanted it. You suggested we do it, and then now it's happened.
But well, of course that's how it is, isn't it? It's my business. I'm in charge, and when I say jump, you say
how high. And again, how many times? and I'm sorry. Thanks for the money.
That was number one. That should be number one.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, we're joking. Is people watching? Have we got people in the place?
Yeah, they're always they're all up in our grill. This is
24
of you.
Woo!
I'd say you're definitely in there. Carlos is in there. There'll be Mark Ellison.
I don't know.
Say hi.
I don't know if Mark will be there.
All right.
Might be early for Mark.
Bit early for Mark.
Yeah.
Got work to do. All right. So what the idea is? Last week we asked you for your questions. Send in whatever questions you want, as many, as weird and as wonderful as possible. And
you kind of stress the weird though. I think that you telegraphed that, which is why
I just said anything. It doesn't have to be football, and people really did go.
But people went for the anything.
They
more
went
than football
ham on it. Yeah, there isn't a great deal about football here, but if you want to know more about our pasts.
Yeah,
a lot of it's sexuality.
I just feel like
what are you two giggling
why
about?
Are you two like you're having more fun than we are?
I was a wee bit nervous about doing the live stream, and he was like, "So I don't have to touch anything now to the end."
Adam, for the person, Craig's just gone on holiday, a well-earned break, so it's Adam on the ones and twos.
Yeah,
but we're going to get him in to talk about his sexual past.
There's a lot of sexual questions on this.
There is a lot of sexual questions.
That's what we noticed, first of all. There's a lot of sexual questions. And we didn't really feel qualified to answer those questions in comparison.
Yeah.
And given that we've got Adam, the star of Birds and That, who it's probably fair to say slays it, doesn't he? Slaying it.
He's got fitter birds than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's dismissing them like they're nothing.
And they're literally here just all the time. Like he goes out of work and they're waiting for him.
He walks in with his phone. He's got two phones, right? He walks in with two iPhone 6S's, big ones, so you can see properly. And he goes, "Look at my birds."
Yeah.
Look at them.
Which one do you want?
Yeah. You will never see anything like that.
Yeah. So he'll help, which will be nice.
So we've got loads of questions, and also ask stuff in the comments to the right, and we'll answer those as we go. We've got about 45 minutes to entertain you because it's Friday, and I want to get on the train to see my girlfriend. One other thing before we start the questions.
It's an announcement, isn't it?
Yes, it's a big announcement. So like at the end of last season, we did One for the Weekend podcast. Big podcast. Me and James, in association with Fan League, we preview the weekend's football and all the biggest talking points of the weekend. It's coming back 2 weeks from now. It'll be Thursday, the 21st of September. So remember to subscribe to the Long Ball Street channel, and we'll see what's what.
And is that you and Jim again?
Me and Jim, yeah. And you interested?
No, I'm all right. I mean, maybe I'll do the odd one, but I think there's probably other people we should get on that know more about football.
Yeah, we've got lots of guests lined up.
Yeah, it's funny that Jim really is a part of this podcast, but it's funny that he didn't seem to want to be involved in the Q&A. Almost like he doesn't have any regard or respect for you guys like I do.
I think he's seen some of the questions.
Oh, is that what it is?
He's scared about what he's going to be asked.
He's asked about. I mean, have you got a big willy, Jim?
No.
That's fine. One quick question from where was it?
We're going to start with the question.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do the fan league stuff in a Actually, let's do that first.
All
right. So the One for the Weekend podcast coming soon in association with Fan League. It's a football prediction app that lets you select the outcome of 13 English football matches each week. The first 100 people to click on the link in the description. Jim, is it in the description?
Yeah.
Is it?
Not yet.
Right, get it in the description. We'll get it in then in the next 5 minutes. This link will appear in the description, and you can get involved in the link of first 100 people will get involved in the Long Ball Street League. We'll play against us and see what's what.
Yeah, and we're going to do I'm going to tweet that as well on my Twitter, at MattWorld, and we'll tweet it on the Long Ball Street as well.
Yep.
Just so if you're listening on audio, because we're going to put this on podcast as well.
Yeah. We are a podcast.
We are a podcast. We're going to put this on audio, but we'll put it on Twitter, we'll put it on here. But it's a good game. There's someone we work with, they're cool. It's a bit like the football pools. And there's a few guys playing it as well, like the DT's playing it. So
I'm playing it.
Yeah.
More so than
You're
DT.
playing it.
It's more important than DT.
Yeah. So if you want to play that, then play along with us. That'd be good as well.
Yeah, you can win £1,000 as well. simply by inviting 2 of your mates to play Fan League. Like the Fan League Facebook page, pin post, and you must be over 18 to enter. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it. Let's do a question.
Yeah,
I'm not really here yet, but I am here.
All right. Who are you talking to?
I've just got. It's just work. I've just got to do something.
Right,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not rude if it's work. Otherwise, how are we gonna get paid at the end of the month? All right. A question from William Robinson's Friday Q&A. He says, "What TV show would you cancel just to see people flip out?" It's got to be Game of Thrones, isn't it? I mean, I love Game of Thrones, but
I feel a bit differently about this.
Go on.
I'm not really someone that would be doing things to flip people out. It feels cruel.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the question.
I know, but also what I would like to do if I was to do anything in that regard, I'd like to cancel all TV shows, so then people could stop because I think that a lot of times people waste time watching TV. People spend a lot of time doing stuff that's just not important, ultimately. A lot of time on fucking stupid apps and games. Really, and this is just me talking to you very honestly, is that this is not a rehearsal, this is the show. It's your life. You need to try and spend it doing productive stuff. Sorry if that's a bit boring. That's just how I feel.
Andy Turner asked, jugs, legs or butts?
What?
Andy Turner.
Butts every time, all day, every day. It's all about.
Legs. This isn't in that.
Yeah, who chooses legs over bums or breasts?
Well, they're fine,
but legs. What you usually get,
party, are they?
they're not in the party. No, but if you get good butt, then you tend to have good legs coming off that.
Yeah, for sure. If you're a man, if it's the alternative, the women go chest or dick?
Oh, God.
Do they?
That's a legit question. I think they probably go.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, if there's any women in the comments.
If there's any women.
Yeah, let us know. What's attractive about a man's persona?
Right.
Stop that, shall we? Okay.
No, it's fine.
All
I was
right.
just saying, I feel like I'm a bit more involved
Yeah,
now.
good.
Next question.
Let's not do that. It's way too long, isn't it? Listen, Mark Ellison, he asked, would you pull an ugly bird? No woman is ugly. All women are beautiful.
That's true.
Early on a night out to get on the score sheet rather than waiting for the perfect bird later on and possibly going without. And is Craig or Adam the type to go to Barnsley early? That was from Mark Ellison. What does to go to Barnsley early means? It means to go and pick up a woman of loose morals and
probably means rough.
Rough, all right.
Probably means rough. Judging by the context, and Barnsley's kind of rough. South Yorkshire. It's not a good accent. It's worse than the West Yorkshire accent.
I can only talk for when I was single, obviously. But I spent many nights I went home on my own because I'd only ever talk to a woman I found attractive or was who was engaging to talk to, and it was on a different level than attractiveness.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I think that priorities change. There's been times in my life where I'll be honest. I've been looser than other times.
Yeah, and that's fine, mate. You enjoy yourself.
And sometimes you find yourself getting involved in something that, in hindsight, you shouldn't. You know, we've all been there. It's just, where you maybe let your standards go. You get whispered something in your ear, and before you know it, you're like a rat up a drain pipe.
Of course. Of course.
But I can't.
It's like when your mates are pulling you back when they know you're making a mistake.
But she's going like,
I'm gonna,
and you're just like that. You just gotta get that face, don't you? Where don't matter what's said, it's almost like like a runner's just about to do the 100 meters, and they get that tunnel vision. Yeah,
and you're fighting your mates off. Like you're ready.
Just like get
off me. I'm ready to go on that. 2 out of 10.
I'm there. That is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm having that. Nothing's gonna stop me.
I
imagine that's what Adam's like every week, but he's obviously choosing the hottie.
Yeah,
he's choosing. Yeah,
he ain't choosing. They're choosing him.
Pocket aces. And he's probably sometimes he folds kings. He folds kings. I used to have a mate actually called Pete. He folds pocket kings. He's like, nah, just mucks them.
Yeah.
I only play aces. But I had a mate called Pete the Meat.
Yes.
Pete the Meat was like this at university, right? He was handsome boy. Played the guitar.
Of course he did.
Sang like a bird.
Wow.
And we'd come back we'd like Pete play the guitar because it was fun, and he would, and the girls would be throwing themselves at him, and he'd just be like, I'm just going to go out with lads and play FIFA. That's what he was doing. And me and Neil would just be like, seriously mate, fucking, have you seen it? Fucking get in there.
No, what it is, he's
some people are just better than that.
Yeah, I've had instances. Where
make out you're folding kings.
I wasn't folding kings. She was a pair of threes. But
you're not folding a low pocket pair, mate.
I'm a man of a strong moral fibre.
That's true, actually.
And I would never want to take advantage of a young lady.
No, I know, you would never do that.
Right. Matthew McGann says, how much do you get paid to chill and talk about football? Because that's right up my street. Ha ha. How much do we get paid? I'm not telling you how much you get paid, but it's a lot.
Yeah, we
know.
I mean, we have to. Sometimes me and my missus, we're sharing jeans just to be able to pay Flav. You know what I mean? One pair of jeans in the house.
We don't get paid to talk about football, although it seems that way. It does seem that way. There's work that goes into putting the shows together.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm talking about. Well, we're not talking about football, but Jim and Adam are working.
Yeah.
You know, when you're not talking about football, you're running the business. So, unfortunately, there's loads more to it than that.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot that goes into it. Matthew Nuttall, right, who I've spoken to Matt a few times on here, good lad, big friend of the pod, respect. I'm making my own fan channel. Any advice? What team is it, Matt? Tell us that, and then we might be able to work on this as we're going.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll fill it in. Got one more. No, we've got loads more. Just one more from the page. True Blue Cobra, he says, greatest Australian to ever play in the Prem. Harry Kewell.
Huh?
Harry Kewell.
Tim Cahill.
Good shout. Mark Viduka.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more, is there?
No.
Oh, it's like, this feels rehearsed. Yeah. Aaron Moy.
He's played 3 games. He can't count.
Aaron Moy.
Yeah.
But unproven.
One goal.
Aaron Moy is clearly the best Australian to ever grace. Probably the best from the Southern Hemisphere to ever grace the Premier League, actually.
Do you know how rated Nangalang is? Or Nangadang. He's rated because he's got a weird haircut and loads of tattoos. If Aaron Moy had tattoos all over his face, he'd be worth about 20 million more.
Yeah, he would.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Danny Tiato.
Danny Tiato. Mate, do you know Danny Tiato?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he was, I think that's how you
said
said. Mate, left back. He was one of the hardest, most brutal, evil tacklers ever. I think a great character. But Tim Cahill was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was mustard. I think aggressive players make up for the fact that they can't play football.
Yeah, they
generally.
do. And
Danny Mills.
They're fun to watch.
What a scumbag.
Tim Cahill.
Philip Collier, he says, Dele Alli moves on from Spurs. Can you see him staying in the Prem or do you think he'll move to another league? He's that good that he'll play wherever he wants. I hope he moves to another league. I wouldn't like to see him play at another team in the Premier League, a competitor, but ultimately he doesn't give a shit about Spurs. I don't really give a shit about him. He's just another player, an employee of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. There's no time for what's it called?
Flav?
No time for sentiment.
Romance almost. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Alright, so just to follow that on, Matthew Nuttall.
Yeah.
Man City, best team in the world. Okay, so look, I would say that you've got a shot at doing it. I don't think that anyone owns the City space, so definitely a shot at doing it. I did a video on Macworld earlier this week. In fact, it went up today, so earlier today, with Robbie talking a little bit about this. And what really a key thing is consistently. So once you get started, you've got to continue, and you've got to do it every time, because once people start to create a relationship with you and they start to think, right, I'm going to get news on Manchester City from Matt Nuttall, and then a big thing happens at City and you're not there with a video or comment on it, then they're probably going to look further and find something else and start to develop a relationship with another news source.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you can't miss a beat. If you're going to do it, you've got to be all in, and that's the only way to apply yourself. Otherwise, you're half-arsing it and it's not going to get there. Any success that you have, you've got to go 100%, you've got to go all in, and you've not got to bother about the results. You've just got to consistently apply yourself, because anything that you do build has got to be built over time. So yes, you can do it, but you've got to be consistent and start soon.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
There you go.
And genius is 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration.
Wow.
Einstein.
Now you're preaching.
Einstein said that. I started a podcast 7 years ago, and we haven't missed a single week since starting.
There you go. That's 7 years.
7 years.
That's a long time, you know.
And that's what I'm doing here. That's how I get paid the big bucks.
Who'll be in your 5-side Ball Street team?
Not me. James, you.
Jed in goal.
Jed in goal, because he's just massive.
Adam if fit.
Adam, what do you think?
No Machin then.
What's this?
Paul Machin.
Doesn't have to kick him side to side.
Alright, let's say Machin in goal. He's a good goalkeeper.
Machin in goal. Jed third choice keeper.
Yeah. We've got James Alcott.
James Alcott's probably our second best player.
Yeah. We've got Matt.
He's up there. He's
Matt
James,
will play. Adam will play.
Adam will play.
I
Pajak, mate. If you put Pajak at the
quality.
back, Pajak is determined.
Flies like a Christmas ham. Someone once said. Ashley Bolland says, why does James look 13? Why do you look 13?
Because he's my son, and I only look 25.
Look, James is 30 years old, right?
Why do you think I look 13?
I just think that you've taken care of yourself, mate.
Yeah.
I think you oil up.
He's pretty.
You moisturise.
Yeah.
On the more
He exfoliates.
No, like he's a gay man's dream, but he's also a wonderful lover. And those two together make you look.
Right, couple of live questions, Matt. Matt, honestly, mate, we definitely collab. We see you as part of the family and a friend anyway. Sam Dawson, Matt, how many hometown games are you wanting to go to this year? So I've been to 2. I've been to both of the ones so far. I really want to go to the games where it's like people like Flav and
we'll go together.
People like Redmen and those games, because I think that's going to be fun. But I think it's going to be tough to get tickets, and the only tickets that I'm getting are right at the side of what used to be the Lawrence Batley stand. I don't know what they call it now, and I hate the view. I just hate the view. The view is horrible.
Good question.
And I actually sit like that. So I actually want some town fans to hook me up with some good tickets and go and do a vlog in there. Otherwise, it's just not enjoyable where I'm sitting. Why did I move to London? I moved to London because I was from a place called Wakefield in West Yorkshire, and I went to university in Birmingham for a year, for 3 years. Came back, worked in Leeds, and just thought, this is not big enough. I kind of wanted to get into somewhere which was a big city. I wanted to see the world, and I wanted to ultimately be in a marketplace and an environment that was thriving and had opportunities. So I moved to London a long time ago, 99.
Got a question. Ishan Agarwal, Flav or Matt, who has a longer dick? I'll tell you what, how many likes we've got? 41 likes. For 50 likes, let's say 500 likes.
50 likes?
We will measure it on camera. We'll find out who has got the bigger wank.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't do it, but if we get the likes up...
500. Right, they just jumped already. Jesus, you lot, eager.
Yeah,
right.
So if we get 100, we'll measure them.
What? Not 100, mate.
It's got to be 100.
No, 200.
It's a big prize.
It's also a bit of massive thing to do.
There's 111 people watching.
There's 111 people watching.
And I'm
about to get my... You're a professional. Yeah. You run a company. You can't be getting your wang out for 100 likes.
It's gone up to 56.
200 likes.
Oh, right. I thought you said 50 likes. Okay, yeah, 200. All right,
200, and we'll see what's what.
Less.
Who do you think? What's your gut feeling? Who's got a bigger one?
I back myself in any
competition.
Cock off. What a tete-to-tete.
It's not the thing. It's not flaccid. There's no way to measure a penis. Gary James says Friday Q&A. Flav, have you ever done gay porn? Be honest.
Be honest.
I mean, I would be honest. I wouldn't. There's no issue with gay porn or otherwise. I haven't done it. I probably would if I was desperate. Go gay for pay. There's nothing wrong with it, really. And it's not really gay either. And if it was gay, I've got no issue with it. If anything, I'm kind of trisexual.
Shaky wakey.
Try anything once.
You know what I mean? Callum 96, Matt, you're going to West Ham Monday? Yes, I am. Looking forward to that. What else we got?
Not the nicest of ground to go.
By Flav not agreeing to 100, it's obvious Matt's got the bigger dick. This is definitely the case. 69,
a good number.
69 likes. Just leave it there and we'll do it. Now you've got a lot more. Otherwise, we'll never know about the about that. Huddersfield stay up. Yep.
Good, important question. One of the more serious ones of the day. Sam Treadray says, "Would you rather have a nipple-sized dick or dick-sized nipples?"
Okay,
what is wrong with people?
I mean, there is something wrong for sure.
We're not taking us seriously.
No, we're not. I thought this was a serious podcast. Yeah. We touch on businesses, some of the nuances of football culture, past and present, and how the world's coming together. And
can you imagine two nipple-sized dicks?
Would you rather have a nipple-sized dick or dick-sized nipples? Right. Okay, I want to look at this from a different perspective. If you had dick-sized nipples, so we're talking like that. Yeah. But you're still intact. So you could have a foursome. You could have a foursome.
Wow.
Actually, you could have it going off, couldn't you?
I can't believe we get paid.
This is like Adam's dream. I bet Adam's got dick-sized nipples.
He hasn't.
He has.
I've seen them. They're not normal.
They're not normal.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Matt, ever thinking of getting a tattoo? Mate, do you know what? Right, I've always wanted to get a tattoo, and I've never got round to it. But I've got a daughter now, and I do want to get her name in some way, shape, or form. Because when you have a daughter, it's
special.
Real. Yeah, it's real, and she's fucking awesome, by the way, as well.
She's great.
So I would like to have some kind of tattoo that involves the letter V or something like that, because that's her initial. Yeah,
that's nice.
Popcorn at Wembley. Thoughts on this abomination?
It's the problem with
entertainment. So what's happening?
It's the worst thing at Wembley. Popcorn.
Favourite brand of beer? It's a good question, March.
I've been I'm drinking a lot of Moretti. A lot of Moretti. I like Beck's beer. I like Peroni. I'll tell you what, I like it all. I just don't like Carling or Foster's.
I don't really drink.
He's a little disgusting pig. He is.
I bought Matt at Foster's.
Oh god, I bet you loved that, didn't you?
He looked at me like I was insane.
Yeah, he's like, can I get a pint of Foster's? I was like, fucking what is this? Wherever I come. Then after the match, I went to the football with Adam. Well, not with him. I was going to the same game. Him and his mates. And at the end of the game, I get a text from him going, "All right, we're off to Mackey's. Do you want to come?" I was like, fucking Mackey's.
McDonald's. It's a nice thing for him to do.
And then he went Mackey's, and then probably just like we fucking
then go to the park and have a cider.
Yeah, straight to park with cider, where they'd probably start slaying puss in the fields, don't they? Jesus,
this is grim, isn't it?
Where are we going? Wait a second, Matt. I'm working at the game. Hopefully, see you there. What as Callum working at the game? You got to be so vague. What are you, like a referee or a steward?
I'm guessing. My guess is
corporate
turnstile operator.
Cal, tell us what you are, mate. But hopefully, see you there. Look out for it. It'd be nice to see you. Best live band you've ever seen? And where? That's tough.
Radiohead, Faithless, Arctic Monkeys. In that order.
That's tough. There's a band called the Broken Family Band that were always my favourite band
Maccabees.
To watch, but I saw James Blake at a little boutique festival in Wales that was pretty special, and I quite like his
James Blake's
music.
cool. Yeah, it's really nice.
What else we got then? Have we got any?
I thought you was talking about
James
Blunt for a second.
No, not James Blunt.
You're beautiful.
So someone said Canelo versus GGG.
Oh,
this would be interesting.
Yeah.
Who have you got, Flav?
Canelo. Although GGG hits like a horse, but Canelo's in the better boxer. It's going to be a great fight.
Canelo's the better boxer.
Yeah, better boxer.
Okay.
Doesn't hit as hard, but still hits hard.
Right.
I can't pick them, but my gut feeling, if I had to go with one, would be with Canelo. But if anyone likes boxing or has got into it after the McGregor-Mayweather fight, please watch this, because it's going to be an absolute war between two of the hardest hitting, toughest men.
I mean, tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night?
No, next Saturday week.
I'm excited about that, but I don't know enough about each fighter to sit here and actually be able to project. And I'm going to.
Well, they're both in the top 5 pound for pound boxers in the world.
Well, I can't answer that, but I look forward to it. But what I can answer is thoughts on the upcoming NFL season, the Raiders' chances. I think, God man, the Raiders have got an amazing offense, probably a top 5 offense, but they don't have a very good defense. So I think we should be in the playoffs, but I think we'll struggle to get past. If we're playing away on the road, as they say, in any playoff game, I can't see us going through, because we're not playing somewhere cold, and we don't have the D that's going to win. So
I like the gridiron.
You like the gridiron?
I want to get into it next year, and we can watch it together.
It's starting now. It's this weekend.
I want to get into it this week. So I want to talk about it with you lot because I want to know what's going on.
Okay,
I watched Last Chance You. Have you seen
Last Chance
that?
You.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
yeah.
good.
On Netflix,
Really
worth checking
good.
that out. I'm making a fan channel for non-league club. Any advice? Look, it's going to be difficult because you've not got a big. People aren't searching that stuff. It's not going to give out. People know what you're talking about. So it's difficult to do. That's all I'd say. So my advice would be to have expectations on views and coverage. Not to set yourself limits, but just to have expectations and understand that it's a labour of love more than something where you're going to be able to probably make a business out of it. However, you can probably get to know a community, and there probably are ways that, and if you're filming the content, then you're probably going to be able to generate skills and build some of a community which will serve you well in some other ways, but it's not going to be going viral often. That's the only thing that I'd tell you. One of the security guards Callum's answered. One of the security guards that's standing in the away end. Oh, you definitely should see me then.
Is that a threat, is it?
It sounds...
Are you threatening me, Callum? What do you think I won't...
You're not going.
Where's he? What?
He's not threatening you, is he? He's threatening me.
But where is he? Where is he a steward at?
West Ham.
West Ham, right, we'll see. We'll see what happens
Look
when
after
Spurs
me,
come.
Callum.
I'm looking for you, Callum 96.
Yeah.
Fuck, I had a question.
What Arsenal player would you love to see in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime?
Oh, God, Sol Campbell. Just to see him annihilated. Lovely. And Theo Walcott, Fabregas.
So we've only got 78 likes, so we're definitely not going to measure...
Comparing penises.
We're not going to compare penises.
Right, what was your first ever football memory? Paul Groningen.
Earliest football memory.
Earliest. What was the first thing you can remember?
First thing I remember was going to watch Huddersfield, and it being... It just... So literally, the stadiums have improved a lot. Our old stadium, Leeds Road, the toilets were waterlogged, and actually because there was a queue for the toilets, people would just piss against the side of the stand.
Yeah, I remember.
And so you just that was kind of my I remember walking in. You always these puddles, not necessarily piss, but the whole car park and everything, and just how grim it was. And I didn't really enjoy going, but you go after a while, and before you know it, you're hooked. And here we are. What about you?
It's being with my dad. And just it being in a very smoky, very obvious traditional old London pub, the carpets that smelt of piss and beer and stale cigarettes, and just being next to my dad and holding onto his leg and hearing him talk to his mates, and that kind of, it might not have even been at Spurs, but in my head that's always what it was.
Oh,
it's quite nice. Yeah. I love
Garrett. Oh, Garrett, he's a friend of the show. Matt, I'll be at the
Matt.
Philadelphia Eagles Kansas Chiefs game next weekend. Kansas City Chiefs game next weekend. Who do you think will win? I think the Chiefs win. I think Philadelphia, they don't really have an identity philosophy. Kansas is a good side. I think that they're going to win our division, the AFC West, this year.
Tin says, love these podcasts with James and Flag. Makes me miss one for the weekend though. Don't have to miss it anymore.
It's coming back.
2 weeks
for the
from now.
weekend back. James has been a little bit sulky this week. I don't quite know what's up with him.
Mincing around.
Yeah, I know. It's just like really, just James. Do you want to come on for a bit and talk to you? You got a lot of fans here, mate. Do you want to come on? He doesn't want to come on. He does.
No.
300 likes and James will force him to come on.
And he'll show you your nipples again.
No, I haven't met your dad, but
have you not?
No, I've not met your dad.
You'd like him,
but I reckon I would like him.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I respect him.
Good. Why? What do you mean?
Because he's your father, and obviously he's done a fine job. Nyla is going, please, James.
Please, she hasn't seen you for a while.
Please,
she
James.
is your biggest fan.
Just show him the,
What do you want?
Show him the
Just
goods.
show her the goods.
Show her the goods.
Show Nyla the goods.
Come on, here we go.
Come on.
Yay!
This is so weird.
Come on.
Show her the goods.
Show her the goods.
There you go. Say hello, Nyla.
Hi, Nyla. It's not on yet. It's not on. You've got to get right.
Yeah,
down.
Nyla. Get in there.
It's your Q&A, guys. You built this up. You deserve this. Enjoy it.
Who is James?
Favourite rapper?
James.
Someone.
Will Smith. No, I would say. My favourite rapper is who said that?
Chance the Rapper's my favourite.
Someone's got it about 6 times.
My favourite, I would say Chance the Rapper right now. I'd really like it, but then there's Future. There's a few things that I quite like that I'm listening to. Old school though, I love Chuck D's voice.
Biggie.
Biggie, yeah, there's some good old, and like I really like Tretch from Naughty by Nature and Drez from Black Sheep. They've got some amazing old tunes.
I kind of went from Eminem, got me in. Then I went to Dre. Then I went to DMX.
Right.
I love Joel's first album. But then he went to shit. And there's loads. I love Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick. Favourite ever footballer? Andy Booth, Huddersfield Town.
Paul Walsh.
Paul Walsh.
Forward, long blonde hair.
Favourite TV shows? I don't really watch TV like that. I watch the UFC. I watch Huddersfield Town kind of related content, and I watch.
You don't watch TV shows?
I don't really watch TV shows.
That's not true.
But no, what I do watch is I watch the odd box set or series.
Okay.
So I liked Breaking Bad, and I really like.
Can I say something? And don't jump.
Friday Night Lights.
Don't.
Game of Thrones. Friday Night Lights is amazing.
Don't leave the stream now, right? Because this upsets a lot of people. Breaking Bad is well overrated.
It's not overrated.
It's completely overrated.
It's not overrated.
It's poop.
Have you watched it all?
I've watched it all.
Have you all? Every episode?
I got to the end of season 4, and I was just like, this is rubbish. Not rubbish.
Bollocks! I'm sorry, but you don't get to season 4 and think that. If you're going to think that, you've left at season 2. So don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. See, this is what I'm saying.
You've
just
gone.
Respect my feelings.
You're lying to me.
I'm
You're
not.
lying to everybody.
I'm not.
Feels like a lie.
Yeah.
Is Flav lying there?
I don't like Breaking Bad. I think it's really overrated. Pac or Biggie? Biggie all day. Pac for the energy, but Biggie for the skill. Big up. R.I.P. both. Actually, no. Let's R.I.P. Tupac because he did some bad things to women.
Breaking Bad moves too slowly.
Garrett Flav. Breaking Bad is overrated. I quit during season 2.
But Garrett, that's your mistake. You see, look, this is we live in this world, right, where we want to be instantly gratified. We swipe to the right, and a booty call turns up for Flav. James needs to get home. He nips on his app, and he's in his Uber.
And then he's straight to bed. Face down.
We're in this world. We want things to become so easy now, right? You've got the world's music just at a touch in your pocket, coming around with you. However, the best things are those that are earned. Now, you have to get through Breaking Bad season 2 in order to then have the fast-paced enjoyment and the conflict that's going with these characters that you loved, and then you kind of end up hating and wondering. So, I actually think that
Matt,
delayed gratification is actually the best kind of gratification you can have, and anything that's worth having is usually takes a little bit of difficulty to get there.
Matt, I think you realise you've wasted your time watching it, and now you're doubling down. That's what I think.
It's amazing.
No, Nyla's saying it's great.
And what's the spin-off? Better Call Saul is amazing too.
I've heard that's good.
Flav's booty call is James.
It's not. He's a good friend of mine, but there's nothing more.
Someone's saying Luther was just shit. Luther was amazing as well.
It wasn't. We've got completely different taste. You like Game of Thrones, eh? We like that. At least there's something. We've got something in common.
We like Game of Thrones.
All right, what else we got here? Solo. What is Flav on? Everything.
Yeah,
anything I can get my hands on. Fine, I'm functioning.
Off his
it's
face. Peep Show's good. Yeah,
Peep Show is incredible.
Kurt Cobain overrated?
No,
I
absolutely
mean,
not.
Yeah. The thing is right.
He's too old.
Okay,
too young.
but Kurt Cobain died at a good time in a way. So what I mean is, a lot of people make some good music, right? And then they
live long enough to fuck it up.
And then they live long enough to fuck it up. So maybe some of these people are immortalised because they did it on the first, second album, and then afterwards, who knows what they'd have become, you know?
Yeah, well, you look at near enough every rapper under the sun ends up making shit music. And Biggie died before he could do it. Adam's a massive
He
Biggie.
wouldn't have done it.
You've never made shit tunes.
Never.
There's a couple of weak tunes.
Yeah,
Juicy,
every
that's
single
well
song you've
overrated.
ever made.
Another track, Juicy, is well overrated. Well overrated.
Anything that's loved by the people, you act like you're above. Anything mainstream popular, you're like, nah.
Juicy is
before it was big, but now I don't, because everyone else does.
What was we talking about the other day?
Corrupt FM.
Corrupt FM. I like it. It's just I was over it a few years ago. I was over it when I was watching it on YouTube. 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Before it was cool.
Before you even knew it was Jim.
What's something...
I thought it was lame when you found
I've got a question. Paul McKellar, how do you feel that major network media companies treat fan channels now after the whole Gary Neville Arsenal Fan TV disagreement brought it to their attention? with BT Sport now using fan videos. All right, so a couple of things. Firstly, BT Sport had started doing that season, so they were already doing it before that whole thing happened. And yes, what you are seeing now is that TV companies are starting to pivot and think, oh, actually, the fans is something, so now we need to have the fans on. But just putting a fan on and expecting that to kind of work is very short-sighted and shows that you don't understand the nuances of this world. So I think you're going to see more of that stuff. Does it bother me? No. Do I think that we're still going to win? Yes, I do think we're still going to win.
I like to think of that as a kind of, I hope it was a kind of watershed moment where the kind of fan media pierced the mainstream. And I'm hoping that we get to a stage where there's no such thing as fan media, mainstream media, because what the thing that differentiates the two is one is about education and nepotism, and the other one's about passion. And fan media exists because there's passionate fans around and love their sport and their clubs enough to actually take time and make media that's pertinent.
Yeah, and they did it before there was a following. They did it before there was views and before there was fame and before there was all this stuff. Robbie, Paul, they were doing this because they were passionate, not because they thought that there was ever going to be money.
A goal at the end, yeah. It's I just think it's, and also I think for fan media, when that term I hear fan media, I see it as a pejorative term. It's loaded, it's dismissive. When a journalist says fan media, you know they're dismissing it. They're like saying it's sort of throwaway bullshit.
Yeah, but I don't mind people trying to dismiss it.
Well, I think it devalues the work we do.
Matt, why aren't there any non-league members or League 2 or League 1 members in the Ball Street network?
Because the audience is tiny. It's not worth our time. I'm joking. It's and of course there is.
There are actually. There are people in our network. But the thing is anything. What you've got to realise, right, and in this thing is that there's huge media companies that have had rights and that have had access and have had infrastructure, and they haven't deployed that infrastructure against lower division football. In fact, they've paid for rights and they've kept these rights here so that you can't do anything with them, but they've not done enough to show and give people enough depth to the coverage. Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to address that. We're trying to work together with people, but we're not sitting here with loads of infrastructure, loads of money. You know, when we buy kit, it's hard. When we break kit and we lose kit, it's difficult. When we get laptops for people in our network, that all costs money. So we're trying to make revenue and generate cash in order to fund a long-term ambition around creating fan channels and enabling fan channels to network and do what they're doing better. So there are people in our network, you might not see much of them, because to bring them down here to do stuff, it costs money, and these people have got jobs, just like a bunch of the guys, even in the Premier League clubs, have got jobs, you know. So that's what we're trying to do here, and we're going to make money off brands, and that's exactly what we're set up to do, because not to do things that, because I was chatting to somebody on my YouTube channel about this. I posted a video with Robbie, so I think if you're interested in fan media, go and check out my channel at MacWorld, WRLD. Now on this channel there's a big conversation, and in it someone said, are you being, is this right that you're taking money off Ladbrokes for the fan channel sponsorship? And I'm like, well, of course it is, because we need to make money, but it's what but generating that money, it allows us to then invest. Now we're still in this capitalist system, unfortunately. Just because we're fans and we're trying to and we want to enable fans to do better content, it doesn't mean that we go to the when we buy something from Apple, we pay with passion. Do you know what I mean? We have to pay with money, so we have to make money, but we're making money in responsible ways. And what we're not doing is we're not trying to get you to come to a website and then force loads of ads that if just insulting your senses. We're not doing that. We're trying to make the brand and the advertiser part of the content. So that's the difference. But go over to my channel, we'll talk more about stuff like that, because I'm super passionate about it, and that's why I left the top of TalkSport Towers to build a business in this space based on passionate fans from the bottom.
Amazing.
Fair enough. Nice one. Nice one, mate.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's leave that. I've got a question. A weird one. More of a question of why this question was asked. Flav, where does your dad live? Holloway.
In the back.
Yeah. And do I like ham and cheese toasties? I'm a vegetarian, so no.
People know that about you?
Probably not. They know now.
Where do I see ball striking in 6 years?
About it much.
I mean, look, there's a lot of things that we want to do over time. Ball Street isn't the only thing that we're concerned with. We are concerned with the network. We do have other pages and channels, and we are half agencies, so we provide our services to people in order to help generate revenue. But I want Ball Street to become, like we always did, a digital monument, that something that I'm proud of. I was unfulfilled working at TalkSport. I had 150 grand a year salary. I had an office. I went to World Cup finals on private jets, but I was unfulfilled because I felt like I was taking value rather than making it. And actually, I think that the why for me, and I'll talk more about this in future, but the why for me isn't money. The why for me is because we're in a system that's unfair, and we're in a system where the choices in media and the way that the elite self-serve, I find a little bit vulgar. And I think that social media and I think that technology have created a sweet spot whereby people can actually work together, they can club together to create things, to create a stake that is significant in the game and an influence that's significant in the game. And I don't just mean football. This is bourgeoisie versus proletariat. And I actually think that more people should do what we're doing, which is to work together to actually take control of their categories and do that responsibly, rather than being subject to the choices and the decisions of an elite. So that's how I feel about it, and that's what we're trying to do.
Would you rule out seeing a girl if she had 11 toes?
No.
No, nor would I, John Smith. Don't discriminate.
Yeah. Man like Matt raking in the peas. Lol, I wish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing as well. Like, you got to realise that in this journey. So when me and Stu set up Ball Street, Stu came and lived in my spare room, which we also used as an office. I went from that to earning what was like £600 a month for a while. So
eating pilchards.
Yeah, and probably the salary, if I'd have stayed in media, classical media, I don't know. I expect I'd be probably earning 400 grand a year, something like that. You know, that kind of a thing.
I mean, there's principles.
And probably have
stupidity.
equity. Yeah,
400 grand.
But sometimes you think that.
You know what? There's nothing. You know, after you get past a certain amount of earning, I haven't reached that yet. But the kind of the more you earn, the less.
Oh, that's happy.
It doesn't make you any happier. And actually doing something and building something is genuinely where fulfillment lies, I think. So regardless of whether it's 150 or 400.
You have to have purpose. Matt, are you Flav's father?
Could be. More like brothers.
You guys ever get high, smoke up? No. Never.
Of course not.
Jesus.
Right.
Would you shave your head bald if Huddersfield stay up? No, I'd probably just celebrate, but I wouldn't even go to their I never get time to go to the hairdressers. I do need a cut.
Jamie Ellis has asked, how did the Fighting Cock start? I was drunk, and I was nervous about doing the podcast. There was only one other decent podcast out there, and I just thought I could do better. And I'd sent a text to a mate going, should we do it? And he went, yeah, we'll do it. And literally arranged a time. It was on a Monday, July 2011. And that was the first one, and we haven't stopped since 7 years ago.
That's amazing. And that is the kind of consistency and effort you need to put in for something. And you haven't done that for the returns, have you?
No, we did it for a lot.
F4.
Oh, do you know what? I actually did it to stay sane. I was so bored with my life and what I was doing.
Yeah.
I did it because I needed something different in my life.
That's it. And like, that's what I actually, with my channel, I'm really liking the opportunity, because I've started speaking to a lot of young people. Some young people that have watched this have ended up coming and working here for work experience. I think the world's actually quite a difficult place for young people nowadays. What we're talking about with instant gratification, the fact that you're seeing all these girls on Instagram posing these pictures saying that I've just woke up like it's no filter when they've taken that shot about 100 times. You've got people that are taking the money out of the bank, putting it on a bed and trying to make out they've got loads of cash. Lots of people are projecting bollocks to you on social media day in, day out. And I remember it, and I was young before social media, and at times you see people that are making out that they're having their fun and they know what's going on, and you feel inadequate about that. That must be really fucking difficult as a young kid that's 20 years old or 18 years old or 14 years old now. Sure. So what I want to do with the stuff that I'm doing is actually try and help people in that regard, because instant gratification, the projection, That's not reality, you know. And what is so actually working on something that you're passionate about, that you can put your time into, rather than feel like you're missing out on stuff because everyone's posted their pictures from fucking Glasgow. You know what I mean? You've got to realise that there's a lot of shallow shit that goes on in social media. So actually start to work on something that you do give a fuck about, and the more you apply yourself, the bigger the gains that you'll get in the end of it. And you'll feel proud about that, because that's sustainable and something you've earned, rather than some shit cheap gratification. Ultimately.
Zion Nick said, "What age did you use your virginity?"
15.
15? What the fuck?
15.
I was 18.
Were you?
Yeah. It's quite late.
That's 15.
How old were you?
14.
14?
Yeah.
My G.
14.
That's not that. That's not that.
He must have been slaying.
14?
He must have been slaying MILFs when he was like fucking.
But up north, there's nothing else to do. You had all of London's entertainment at your fingertips.
Right. Oh, question CH. Why was the True Geordie moody as fuck when he came on Social Club that one time? Look, I don't think he was. He was actually at the chat. He was up in the Northern studio all day, and he did a bunch of different things for the Retro Football channel. And I think that by the time he went on, he was just tired. Like when you're talking, you get tired.
Yeah.
But I think it was as much to do with that as anything else. True Geordie's cool. We like him, and I'm sure we'll work with him again.
I love him.
Yeah,
I do. Love his pod. Love his content. I think it's great. Really good. And Lost.
Yeah.
Got another one.
That is late in Yorkshire. 15.
I bet it's true. Like I'm not actually. I can't say this. I've met people in the West Country since meeting my girlfriend, and the shit they get up to when they were young was unbelievable. My head was blown.
Get Adam on.
Adam, what? Someone else said, story of losing your virginity now.
Come on, Adam. Come on here. We need you. Come on. No. They want to see you. Right, if you can get to 100 likes now,
Adam wants pumping. If we get to 100 likes, we'll get Adam on. My one was when I was 18, and I told my missus at the time that I'd had two previous girlfriends. Like I was like, it's nothing to me, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? I'm fine. And that's where I talked. And then I went in there, and obviously it lasted about a minute. Of course it did. And my mates were banging on the windows and the doors. It was the least romantic thing on earth. I never want to go back there.
That was tough.
It was tough.
I actually think, right, I think my in fact, I don't need to talk about
Yeah,
that.
you don't want to leave it. Tell us about yours.
So, girl in my...
No. I said if you get to 100 likes, you come out here, Adam.
And there were 101.
101. People want to see you. Come on, you get right. Nana, you've got to make... We can't do that, otherwise the integrity of the whole system won't work.
Well,
why don't you want to be on camera?
I just don't like it.
Come on, man. You can sit with your back to it. You know, like to do on the
What
news.
about just sitting over there, like a bit closer, just over there?
You can see your back.
While are we going, James? You tell us yours.
I'm waiting till my wedding night.
You are it.
I'm waiting till my baby.
Smarmy little pig. I know that's not true.
Right, while Adam's getting his act together, Matt, should you make a hobby a job, or do you think it will ruin your passion for the hobby?
No.
That's a very good question, because like my relationship with football changed from being at TalkSport a lot,
and mine.
And my relationship with football changed when I actually started this business. Because it's hard when you start your own business and you then have people's pay packets to worry about. You are then saying that you're never going to be relaxed. You're never going to have a day off. You're always thinking about it. And I remember one year before the 2014, like came to the 2014 World Cup, and I was so sick of football, I actually couldn't even watch. I must have watched about half an hour of that World Cup. And a World Cup in Brazil was like a dream for me my whole life, because Brazil for me is the most special football nation. And I actually couldn't even watch it because I was just so sick of football. So you're right, that can absolutely happen. However, if you get it right, it can be amazing, you know. It really can, but it will cause friction for you without a shadow of a doubt.
It does, even as much as, you know, we have lots of fun at Ball Street. There is a tipping point at the point where you actually, I can't watch. Like in my spare time, I won't watch football anymore.
Yeah,
only Spurs.
It's stressful. It is stressful. Yeah. Adam, sorry, come on, mate. You were thinking.
You thought you was out of it. You thought you was out of it, you little bitch. Come sit down.
During my year at school, I find out from like a mate that she fancied me, But she's going to America for like to live there.
And you ain't got a certain time to get shit done.
In like a couple of weeks.
So how did you approach
So
it?
it was kind of perfect. It was like, because you know, it'd be a bit awkward.
Yeah, and then she's gone.
So I managed to get it done the night before she goes.
You managed to get it done. The romance.
Get it done.
Managed to get it done.
First time.
How did you?
Fucking 14.
So what? Does it happen at your house?
So
or?
yeah, so at my house there was like 6 of us, her and her friend.
What?
Her and her friend, and then like four of my mates. And,
Sounds like he does have dick nipples.
Yeah. So hang on. What? So yeah.
So we end up, me and her, going outside.
Oh no, you are a G.
Outside.
Onto my trampoline in the garden.
Sorry.
If you didn't hear this,
Can I just catch up?
No, wait, I'm not.
Adam is so birds than that he's now losing his virginity
on trampoline.
Not only is he 14, like a boss, but he's doing it outside on a trampoline. Some people are just gone.
No,
End of the story.
Wow.
Then after it's done, I go back in the house and realise all my mates are watching from the top window.
So your tiny little bum just going up. And
No, like we took duvets and shit out.
Class act.
Yeah,
Class act.
romantic.
God bless you.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
CH says tramper fucking lean.
What month was it?
Yeah, was it?
Was
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah.
It was a couple months before I was 15, so March.
March. You're brave, mate.
Someone's just put, I want to fuck Adam now.
Oh,
So romantic.
Yeah, I don't blame him. What?
Do you guys take volunteers? I'd love to help out. Yeah, we do. We actually do take interns on and we try and help them out. It helps if you live in London because travel accommodation is...
It also helps if you're...
Clever.
You've got to be good, unfortunately. Yeah. And if you're not good, we can help you get to a stage where you will be good. Technical skill, what does Ball Street need? Think about what you can deliver to us, because we have so many people want to do it, but you've got to be of value to wherever you go. So it might not be that you have those skills now, but we can help you get those. We can tell you what you need to do to get there.
But also, look, with this stuff, I think that if you're at home, you're spending time watching YouTube videos all day, and you're seeing how it's good, how it's done, you must have a great idea about what works, what doesn't work, what you connect with, what you don't connect with. You must have seen lots of really good different edits. So I think that what is a key thing for you to do is to spend some of your time practicing and honing your skills, editing videos, shooting stuff. The kind from coding to there's lots of to After Effects and graphics. If you learn and get skills in that, then send them saying, look what I can do here, and this is what I've done for Ball Street. Then we're going to be like picking up the phone saying, yeah, we need you. So that's better than just going, guys, come and let me in. And then tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Do it now. The tools are there. You can watch some how-to videos and get it happening.
You don't really need us. You don't need us. You just need to get on with it. Start and find it. And one thing I wanted to say, I forgot to say earlier, is that what I found is I looked at what other people were doing and the media they were making, and I think I'd like to do what they do. But it was only when I figured out what I actually wanted to do that I started to actually do anything of value.
Yeah.
So I used to look at. did loads of things. I had a blog. I featured on other people's blogs. I tried doing radio, filmmaking, and none of it stuck until I found podcasting.
Really?
Because that's what I love doing.
Right, okay. Interesting.
But then, people will be looking at fan channels and think, well, I want the fan channels. I want to do that. You got to figure out what you're good at and where your passion is. If you think I'll give making fan channels a try, you're probably not going to make a success of it.
Jesus, 15 years old with my girlfriend in the English classroom closet whilst everyone's on lunch break at school on your first time.
He's a G.
That is fairly.
How long have we been running?
Fairly bold.
It's 5:01.
5:01.
How difficult was the marketing process when you first started? I don't know what that means, but I don't know what that means exactly.
Just hit my shin bone.
Right, is that a good time to call it a day?
Feels like it. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and getting involved.
And also, look, thanks because ultimately we did this because we got 5k on our little YouTube channel.
Get to 10,
which is cool, I think, to get to 5.
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it? So we don't really promote it because we got bigger fish to fry. But thank you very much for watching.
Quickly before we go, Andy,
please subscribe to Matt World as well if you like it when I talk about stuff that isn't about football. Although I do Huddersfield vlogs on there sometimes.
Quick one before we go. Andy Nolan, my girlfriend of 4 years is leaving me. I'm 20. I've got anxiety and depression. videos like these on Bull Street don't half help. Big up, Matt and Flav.
Okay, right, Andy.
Can I, before you say anything, like, don't be like, if you've got anxiety and depression, don't worry about it. Accept that it's a part of the human condition. I suffer from anxiety.
Lots of people suffer from anxiety.
I can tell you, just last night I found it really hard to fall asleep because I was really anxious, and I have no idea why.
Okay.
At least you know why, because you're splitting up with your missus, and that's something you can get over. But just relax and let it flow past you, and enjoy stuff like this as well. I completely understand the escapism of it all, and it's important to escape from everything.
Look, and what I'd say as well, Andy, is you're 20 years old.
Yeah, man.
So now, when I think about what I was doing or what I thought I knew at 20, and versus what I am with experience, it's completely different. And when I've had a few girlfriends, and when you break up, whatever side of that you're on, by the way, it tends to feel bad. Yeah. So even if you're breaking up with someone, you tend to feel guilt, and that guilt can manifest in a few ways, often in feelings of anxiety and depression. So what you're going through is perfectly normal. It's not something to dwell on and get caught up in a way. Just realise that there'll be other girls down the line, and actually every girl that you do meet and every kind of interaction that you have, good or bad, are just ways of learning, and life is a journey, not something that you should ever judge by one particular moment. And what I mean by that is sometimes you go on a road trip, don't you? Now, my favourite holiday is actually a road trip. Like we did one in Mexico. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. But if you judge, like you're looking at your life now and thinking about this specific moment, if you think about a road trip, there's times when you're in traffic jams, right? And you need the toilet, you're hungry, you're agitated, and you're just seeing red lights for ages and bumper to bumper. If you judge that road trip by that one moment, then it was shit. But actually, there's some time when you're in the third lane, your favourite song's on, Adam's in the back with some bird, you got a really good view on the rear view, and that's amazing. Now obviously I'm fucking around now to make it relevant to birds and that, but the point is that don't judge life on these tiny little moments, because guess what, there's going to be a load of bad ones. I've had them, Flav's had them, everyone has them. It's a long game, so just try and remain calm, and let these moments pass through you. I think that's key.
One more observation on what you just said. 4 years and you're 20, right? So you met when you were 16. I went out with my missus. I met with my missus when I was 17, the first one, and I was with her for 15 years. And while I wouldn't change any of it, it was amazing. Hello, Loz.
Hello, mate. We got Loz. This is a little treat.
Who's Adam?
That's Adam.
Why?
Are you live?
We're live.
Okay.
Come on, Loz. Look who's just joined us.
Hi.
Loz,
But we're
Come on
ending. We've got to carry on.
We are just ending, but it's a good ending.
Yeah.
It's a good ending.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, good. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Thanks for coming. I like your LinkedIn daily.
Thank you.
Let me just get that out while it's on.
Thank you, mate. I did a video on you.
No, I know. You didn't mention me once.
No, but I did. I tried to.
It's alright.
I did.
It's just my creative.
Are you not in the
Everyone's saying mic. Loz,
Lawrence.
Where's the mic?
The mic's, mate, it's there.
Oh, that is sick. I was wondering when I watched the last one what it was.
He's the type of guy started. Lawrence, yes, Loz.
I know CH is. CH follows me around.
And then
fuck off, you Tom and prick. Everyone's feeling really open. The oxytocin was flowing. Someone went that way. When did Loz lose his virginity? We've been talking about that.
I've heard you talking about that. I've also then been told that you're not supposed to talk about that online. Using Lawrence for views. That is true. You guys you can put True Geordie in the comments now.
Lawrence
in the
from
tags.
True Geordie podcast.
No, you wish. What have you guys been talking about today?
We just did a Q&A because we did 5,000.
Oh, congratulations. 5,100 now. That's very good. Took you a while.
So that's it. We're now going to go and pump Lawrence and take his virginity.
Thank you everyone for joining us. I've got work to do, and I want to go.
When I first joined Ball Street,
and the sooner I get out of here, I'll ask till I die. You know where I work. Come and get some.
I also love how you guys what you've done is you put the microphone behind the laptop, so there's not a direct trajectory of audio.
That's true. That's true. So thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us on the long Ball Street today. 5,000.
Thanks everyone who subscribes and comments. We really do appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Make sure you check us. Check out the iTunes and subscribe to that as well, because we never asked you to do it. And thank you. See you next week. And don't forget what's coming next week.
Oh, week after next, one for the weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.
Isn't that the one with the...